Wrestling League hammer. Fia Rysick and King. This one should be fun to watch, Neil.
One of the sport's most dominant arm wrestlers, Fia Rysick.
Before we go out, it's like I have to be focused. I know she's like rock hard, strong.
Fia's just a phenomenal opponent. She's just a phenomenal athlete. So I knew I had to have my A game and have everything ready to go on the next round.
Joyce King, look at the determination.
You gotta get this out, Joyce. Come around like just a little bit right there. Go!
When the referee says go, didn't move a lot, and then finally we slipped.
When I can get somebody's hand control, I can usually win the match. But with Fia, she was able to get out of my hand, and that allowed her to get it into the straps, which she was hoping for. I was comfortable with her grip without the strap on. I just wish I could have held onto her hand.
Fia Rysick is the complete package.
Yeah, I feel more confident in the straps because you can't slip away. It's gonna be a war. So I like that a lot.
They tighten it down really tight, and it's kind of hard to keep your wrist up. And I find that's kind of a disadvantage for me because then it was a lot easier for Fia to come over top of my hand and take control of the power of the match.
I feel strong. I felt like I'm gonna take this.
Look good right there. Go!
Just far too much from Rysick, truly exceptional.
I hit with her, but just not hard enough. And Fia's really, really a powerhouse. I can't take anything from her. She's really got what it takes to be an awesome arm wrestler.
Fia Rysick.
That's right, we'll switch sides now.
What a dominant display.
It feels so good to win the first match because then you know it's not impossible and you just have to do the same once again.
I just thought, okay, let's regroup, switch sides of the table, and let's start it all over again and hopefully keep out of that darn strap.
Fia Rysick, 1-0 lead, best 2 out of 3 here.
If you have beaten someone in strips, then you probably want to do it once again.
After my slip out, Travis Bagent come over and tried to give me some really good advice. He wanted me to try to let the straps do the work for me. And he said just drive up to the ceiling and hopefully separate her arm from her.
Travis Bagent trying to encourage Joyce King.
Joyce King couldn't be any more determined.
Go!
After I win that second match, it feels so great I have to scream. I scream.
You're a powerhouse.
Fia will always be a force to be reckoned with, and now Fia's the target. So now she gives me somebody that I can work towards to beat. Nothing makes you work harder than somebody that's as good as Fia. So if you ever come back and beat her, hey, that gives you a new high.
Joyce King has been in this sport for so many years, and she'll be very, very aware of what she just faced.
It was great to win this because otherwise I wasn't welcome home. No, but I don't know how to get it on the flight though.
Fia Rysick's time is now, and her victory's announced that Sweden has arrived in the World Arm Wrestling League.
Time now for Beyond the Pin with Todd Hutchings.
Winning the same tournament on both hands it's very difficult because everybody's naturally biased on their dominant arm.
He has known no defeat on the right arm for the last 5 years.
I'm naturally right-handed. In order to win the left-handed tournament, I have to be working better on my weak arm than the best left-handers are on their strong arm.
Todd Hutchings, possibly the most powerful middleweight ever from North America.
In my case, my right arm is easily 20% stronger than my left arm, and I have to be that unbalanced in order to be strong enough left-handed.
Welcome back to the World Arm Wrestling League's Best of 2016. Presented by Muscle Monster Energy Shake. Todd Hutchings keeps a low profile in the pit, but his results speak volumes. Coming into this season as a defending middleweight champion on the right side, he had a chance to repeat against the dangerous, Craig Touye.
Everything's going through my head, and the nerves are all just flowing, and I'm nervous, and I'm starting to focus on what I got to do.
From Ohio, Todd Hutchings.
I walk out, the crowd is going crazy. I hear them shouting my name. At that point, the realization that I got a chance to win another hammer is just finally settling in on me. So now I'm even more nervous that I might make a mistake.
He is the best. The defending champion is Todzilla. Todd Hutchings there. It's a best 2 out of 3 here in the final on the right arm.
As soon as Todd approached the table, I know now it's on and it's fixing to go down. I want this, and it's going to happen. I got to make it happen.
The very first match in any series usually sets the tone, so I got to make sure he knows I'm ready and I'm serious and I'm ready to go.
And as soon as I hit and started opening his hands started opening, come apart, slipped.
I think we were both looking for the straps in the very first match. The straps is absolutely where I want to be. It reduces the match to just who's going to be flat out stronger. At this point, I really don't think anybody's strong as me in this class.
I had his hand flattened. I knew I was where I needed to be. I just had to be patient.
I make a surge down to the pin pad, but I can't finish it, so he pulls me back up. I have to reposition and make another surge to the pad.
The beautiful, aggressive style of Todd Hutchings.
I'm applying my arm against his hand. So eventually, I'm just going to win that. So then I just had to grind it out and get him way in the losing position and then just wait until he just finally let that match go.
1-0 lead for Todd Hutchings, trying to put Craig Touye away here in the right final.
I'm backed in a corner. I knew there's nowhere else to go but one more match, and I know I have to beat him.
He knows this is do or die. I mean, this is $10,000 and this is a hammer, and you don't get another shot at it for another 12 months.
They're putting the straps on us, and I know my back's against the wall, and I've got to win this. And I got to give it everything I got. I wanted to try to make sure that when I closed my hand, I was going to close first, and I'm going to attack him.
I already know from the first match, my arm overpowers his arm. So at this point, I actually think in the second match, it might be a little bit closer to my side of the table. So I just engage my shoulder, I push my elbow down, and the match is just going to go real steady down to my pin pad.
I'm trying to stay focused and rekindle what I need for my power, because I'm feeling it, my blood's, my arm, my hand's tired, and I know that I'm going to have to take this next match. I got to get him.
Todd Hutchings knows he has the power to finish this match, and he slowly squeezes to the pad. It's in the bank.
It's just nice to pull a gentleman for a change, you know?
I've known Craig Touye, and I've competed against him in about 16 years. I've never found him anything but a gentleman, respectful, honest. I don't know a better man in this sport than him.
After Todd won, the disappointment sets in. I know I was good enough to win it. It just really, really hits you hard when you know that you're good enough and you're right there. And, you know, it hurts.
Todd Hutchings with another impressive win here.
195-pound class is probably the deepest stacked class at WAL. And it makes me the toughest right-handed 195-pounder walking the planet.
A familiar sight in the pit. Todd Hutchings raising a wall hammer as his legend continues to grow.
Last year, I didn't even qualify for this. And then in 1 year, I worked my butt off, and I just beat a big name.
Welcome back to the World Arm Wrestling League's Best of 2016. Last year, Wisconsin's Tony Katowski didn't make a dent in the hierarchy of the World Arm Wrestling League's lightweight division. A year of intense training changed all that. Now he was set to win a second hammer if he could take down two-time defending champion Paul Talbot. And we're back inside the pit here at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. The lightweight left-hand final on deck, and it's two titans from the Midwest.
He's a beer salesman from Wisconsin. Give it up for Iron Man Tony Katowski.
I'm standing in that bullpen and I'm trying to stay loose, but yet inside I'm all tensed up because I know what this actually means, how much work I've put into it.
Entering the pit is a railroad conductor out of Ohio, but he's the two-time reigning left 165 champ. Please welcome the assassin, Paul Talbot.
Coming in today, two-time defending 165 left-handed champion. Pressure's on. Showed up today feeling great, confident. I had the pride to make it through with the heart, the determination.
When I walked on stage and I looked at Paul in the eyes, he looked so confident, like this is going to be easy for him. So he actually had me a little bit intimidated.
No one could deny that Talbot has been a dominant force here left-handed.
As soon as you get up to the table, you see your competitor across you, you just get a sudden burst of anger towards the guy across from you.
To be the best, you've got to beat the best. And Tony Katowski certainly has the opportunity to do that right now.
Ref sets us, he says go. Tony goes one way, and I feel like I stop him right in the center of the table.
No! What? And Paul Talbot, supremely confident there.
When we slipped out, he turned around and he was excited. Little did he know, I was extremely excited because me to pull Paul actually favors me in the straps.
The man from Wisconsin is looking for the straps.
Put his elbow down. Put his elbow down.
Paul was simply trying to tell the ref what to do. I got a little bothered with him constantly screaming a little bit. Then I kind of started to mess with his head a little bit, play the brain game a bit. Yeah, my elbow was up, but so was his. Our palms were perfectly flush. There was no issues.
We're straight up. We're straight up.
Close your thumbs
Straight up.
Shoulders. Close your hands. Go.
When that referee said go, I knew I had it. I was completely comfortable.
And the confidence of Tony Katowski is on the red line. He sweeps to the side.
Paul has this lock. He has this lock in his rotator cuff and in his elbow. And the main way to beat Paul is to extend his arm, get that lock out of there, disengage his rotator cuff of the match. And that's exactly what I did.
Pedal to the metal for Katowski.
He gets out on my hand and took me sideways. I fought it off as good as I can. And he pinned me.
I won that first match. I felt confident. I've beaten him, and I can do the exact same thing on the second match.
Come up. He's straight. What are you talking about, Paul? He's straight, bro. Come on, let's arm wrestle. Let's go.
When I get pinned, I'm like, well, crap. That didn't go the way I want.
No side pressure. Close your thumbs. Straight up. Your back pressure.
I'm like a scatterbrain, just trying to figure out what I did wrong and what I need to do to win this, because I want my title.
Close your hands. Go. No, false start. No, you said go. After you went. One false start.
As soon as he went, I knew he had false started. You could see my palm was underneath his palm. I simply wasn't ready for it.
One foul. Square up, man.
I felt like it was perfectly timed, and I actually was in the ball game this time.
Close your thumbs. Close your hands. Go.
Paul Talbot tries for the top roll on the side. Pressure is applied. One more time from Katowski.
I was able to look at the crowd, look at my family with a big smile, knowing, yes, I have this match. This match is mine.
We have a new World Arm Wrestling League champion, and his name is Tony Katowski.
I jumped on the table, I grabbed both the hammers, I held them both above my head, and I kind of showed everybody in the world, this is what I've worked for right here. These two hammers, this is what it's all about.
He started jacking me over, and in my heart and in my head, I knew it was over. I just felt like my whole world had fell apart at that moment.
Paul Tabbitt ranked among the best in the world, and when I was able to bring him down with somewhat of an ease, I knew that I am now part of the elite.
By winning 2 hammers, Tony Kotowski joined an elite group, and back in Wisconsin, the volunteer firefighter and beverage wholesaler turned champion was given a hero's welcome.
Just last week in Las Vegas, Nevada, a hometown boy went out there to seek glory.
Mike Wees is the mayor of Stevens Point, and he got wind of what I did, placing first with both arms. He wanted to present something to me.
Tony Kotowski has brought recognition to Stevens Point, Portage County through his competitions in arm wrestling and the World Arm Wrestling League. I now therefore do hereby declare today, July 3rd, 2016, as Tony Iron Arm Kotowski Day in the city of Stevens Point. Congratulations, Tony, for your 2nd world title. I want to challenge you to an arm wrestling competition. What do you say?
I accept. I beat him the first time fairly easily, and then he kind of cheated the second time a little bit.
Tony, look over there!
And then the third time, I put him down quite quick.
Go! Tony, you are the champion.
To be given your own day in my own city, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Awesome.
And that is a day Kotowski won't soon forget. Coming up, national pride is on the line as the toughest arm wrestlers in Canada, Matt Mask and Devon Larratt, square off in the left-hand heavyweight final. The World Arm Wrestling League Championships are presented by Muscle Monster Energy Shake and by the World Arm Wrestling League. For tournaments near you, visit WALunderground.com. Canadians Devon Larratt and Matt Mask share a nationality and a passion for arm wrestling.
Yeah, final!
And each year they share the same goal, to win a WAL hammer. On the left side of the heavyweight division, the 2 titans set to clash for the right to take home the championship hardware. The Wild Horse and No Limits Larratt square off for arm wrestling supremacy.
Bartwood just taking control of the match now, trying to give the guys equal opportunity. Watch for that blistering speed from Mask off the start. That is going to be pivotal.
Go!
Big drive, but that's great from Devon Larratt. He's put the brakes on. Mask now trying to apply the pressure into the hand and wrist, but he's lost his own grip there. And that is pivotal. Again, Devon Larratt had the opportunity to finish there, but he didn't take it. He's looking to burn and exhaust as many angles, as many areas in the forearm of Mask as he possibly can in this first start. Confident in his arm strength. Look at him maintaining the match there. He's letting Mask do all the work. Devon Larratt drives sideways and Mask is beginning to tire. He's starting to get desperate now, and bouncing off his own joint is not going to do him any good. Needs to settle himself, pins his own arm as he feels he's being toyed with.
Hold my finger, hold it.
Odd request, but he needed the assistance there, Neil. He dislocated that on the right side earlier in the night.
Yeah, you can see just as he's applying the pressure on the gripping peg there, it probably re-dislocated. This guy's going to be so full of adrenaline, he may not have noticed it initially, but as soon as he starts to calm down, it's right there at the front of his mind, and that won't do him any favors at this stage of the match.
Quit your stalling, Matt. Get up here. Put your massage from the Alberta, buddy.
30 seconds, you get your own. Square up.
So Larratt with a 1-0 lead, best 2 of 3 here in the final.
Most importantly, once again, Devon had done so much work in that first pull. He likes to exhaust his opponents there. He gets hand control here on Mask.
Nowhere. No, I will.
We'll go straight to the straps.
Hold my finger. Ah!
So Mask getting a little help there on that dislocated finger again, Neil.
Yeah, you can see really it's starting to trouble him now. It's going to be playing on his mind a little bit, which is a shame for the guy. He looks impressive, but he's going to need every ounce of mental focus to defeat Devon Larratt.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to call. You complain so much. Just man up. Get in there.
Devon Larratt calls Ontario home. Mask, Alberta, Western Canada. Here we go, Neil.
Devon Larratt there just trying to wind up Matt Mask to draw him into a dogfight, and a big drive again, and he set that arm. Matt Mask unable to find his top roll, and he's squeezing around now and sets the hook. That's a lot better position from Mask. Really tight and dug deep there. And he's got a good, ooh, nearly a finish there from Devon Larratt, but a massive counter reaction from Matt Mask, and that finger really troubled him as he tried to readjust on the gripping pin.
Come on. Pin it. I don't want to. Pin it. Come on. I can't do it. Do it. Pin it. You pin it.
To squeeze around, much better position from Matt Mask, but there goes the hand and wrist. It's over now. From there, Devon Larratt has everything he needs to secure the victory.
Two hammers.
From Devon Larratt, he has secured his second hammer, and a dominant win here in Las Vegas. Probably the most impressive we've ever seen him against a very game and very valiant Matt Mask, who threw everything he possibly could at the champion.
Mission accomplished for Devon Larratt, the champion 2 times over tonight.
I just wanted to go home and start training again. Halfway through the match, I wanted to go start training again. So I knew I was running out of gas. Wasn't going to happen, but I couldn't stop, right? Like, I was pulling, my finger kept popping out, dislocating just from hanging onto the peg. So I was trying to tap it on the peg to straighten it out again, but I was hoping to be able to make enough lunch money there with my left. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out today. So
here's Abby Hornacek with the double hammer winner.
Such an intense match. You guys battled it out, but you are friends outside of arm wrestling. So what was it like taking him on?
I really love Matt. I think, you know, he's a fellow Canadian, and I just got a couple years on him. It's only a matter of time before he beats me, but I like to rub it in while I'm still getting him.
Now, you didn't have the height advantage that you usually do. How did you adjust to that?
Yeah, I'm just so strong. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you know, I really committed this whole year just to training, you know, and I had a lot of support from a lot of people, and thank you.
Well, you're the defending champion, and you won on the other arm. What's it like being the king of the heavyweights?
Well, I'm really just so happy that we have this going on right now. Such a great time in our sport. Thank you, WAL.
Congratulations.
To how long that could last.
Tonight was proof that in the heavyweight class, at least for now, there is Devon Larratt.
You cannot beat me.
And everyone else.
Very satisfying.
Contenders like Matt Mask and Marcio Barbosa are close.
I'm gonna hit it so hard. 2 hammers. 2 hammers. Yeah!